I want to make a review of this mouse that I've been using for roughly about 2 years. I bought this mouse on November 2022 and it's now having some problems on me. So if you're planning to buy this 35 ringgit mouse or like really cheap, this mouse is pretty good, I'd say, for the price, but if you're a avid gamer, I would not recommend it. So down into the review. First, I want to take a look at the mouse. The mouse is kind of a small claw grip, but I tend to use it this way. So it's easier for me to dig my fingers into this nook. And then behind here, they also have one of these like wings where you can slot your fingers in and go ahead and mouse it around. That's pretty good. But my hands are kind of big. They want you to hold it this way, like that. I don't really like holding it that way, but I think it should be alright for most people. I feel like it's more comfortable like this, but in the end, it's just not very comfortable for me. I think the mouse is too small. Alright, so let's take a look at its features. It's got a left click. Now, the only reason why I'm making a review of this because the left click is now double clicking or not even clicking. It's rated for 2 million clicks. I guess I've already used up those 2 million in 2 years. 1 million a year. That's pretty good. And the right click, they also have a DPI switch right here. The DPI switch goes all the way from 800, the lowest you can go, to 2400. Right here, we've got the battery. I don't have the rechargeable version. They have a rechargeable version here. The mouse itself weighs about 63 without the battery, which is really light. But once you add in the battery, that's like 20 grams. So you put a 20-gram battery in it and it's like 85 grams right now. I have a video on that. I'll put that on screen. Now, the performance of the mouse when you're using this, it's really heavy. I think it's because of the skates. The skates are just not good. You can see I have some scratches here because I used it on the table. But I don't think that's a problem. One thing that I managed to do is get some Vaseline and just rub it on. And it moves really nicely, but the Vaseline doesn't really stay that well. So the mouse moves great. The polling rate is like 250 hertz polling rate. The optical sensor is a PixArt 3212 and it's not good. Here, I'll put it up on the screen. I'll show you the polling rate. Now, as I move the mouse, you can see the polling rate goes to 250, maximum 260, but it is quite consistent. It's not so bad. It'll always stay within that area when I do these circles. That's pretty good. Now, here's what I mean about not being very good in video games. They spin out pretty easily. I could do like this, no problem, right? If you're a low DPI user and you have to move your mouse around, that's like not too bad, actually. But let's say if you needed to flick, right? I'm gonna get me some space and flick. There we go. One more time. Down works. Sometimes it just doesn't want to do it. There we go. The faster you go, the weirder it becomes. Sometimes it just flips around. You can see I'm just going one side, left to right. Whew, I don't know what that was. Let's go right to left. Oh my goodness, I smashed the camera. So my right to left movement is not that great. There we go. There's some testing. All right. So you just can't flick shot with it, at least not consistently. But if you wanted to, you know, make some circles, you wanted to aim really nicely onto some people, you could do it. You know, the mouse is not that bad. See, this is me right now. This is me holding the mouse. Cool. So this is the product page for 30 ringgit to 60 ringgit. It is actually a really good mouse. Here's the end of its life, what it looks like once you've really used it. They've got a plastic on the side right here, not a rubber. I used to have a Logitech G3 something, and it's really kick-ass of a mouse, and it weighs almost like 100 grams. It's so heavy, but because it was rubberized on the side, I would carve a divot inside with my fingers by accident, just moving the darn thing around. So it being plastic is actually really good. Here's a sound test of how it clicks. They come with silent switches. So this is the most sound that you'll get when you're bashing it. But if you're clicking normally, I hope my camera stops freaking moving. When you're clicking normally, there's really no problem with it. This is the side button. I've got a problem with the side button. They are super squishy. Check this out. They go in nothing, and then something, nothing, and then something. The back one is worse than the one in the front. This is your DPI switch. Good sound. And this is your click. It's a little heavy. Rolling feels really good though. There's a bit of tactility onto it. For 35 ringgit, you really can't go wrong with it. But let's say if you have a little bit more money to spend, let's say like double that, maybe start looking into like a Black Shark or something. If you're already going to spend double the price, like 70, 80, you add in a little bit more, I think you can get something good. You can get a lot of good mouse under 100. So if you just need this wireless just because it's light and you want to be clicking on it and stuff like that, yeah, no problem, go ahead, man. It's a good mouse. I'm just so sad that it stopped working. I played lots of games with it, a lot of Apex Legends and a lot of lost games. Anyway, that's my review of it. Thanks for watching.